Mm-mm-mm-mm. Last night, I got higher than your expectations last night. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Hello, everybody. Greetings, 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 good people. Greetings, greetings, greetings. What's up? 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 Hey, y'all. I am live currently on the Clock app and on the YT. So wherever it is you want to watch me, it's perfectly fine with me. Hey, Pagan. Hello. How's everyone doing? I hope you are doing well. I hope today finds you well. Ooh. Have you ever read the book of Enoch? If not, you should. I have read the book of Enoch. Yes, I have. And that, wow. That's all I can say about that. That's all I can say. Hey, hi, Jax. Greetings, Jax. Watching me from the YT. Hey, Cottrell. So, this is Ask a Spiritualist. For those of you who don't know who I am Darcell Andre, holistic and esoteric teacher. And I'm here to answer your spiritual questions. This is not a reading, but this is if you have questions on spirituality, questions about my practices, questions about whatever. Let's talk. This is the time to have these conversations. And while y'all are here, let me tell you something. If you have not gone to TheInnerLightSpa.com and picked up some oils, listen. If you have not gone to TheInnerLightSpa.com and picked up the conjure oils, what are you? If you have not picked up the inner light oils, what is the problem? Let's begin. Starting off here with our good old Fiery Fortress oil. Yes, it's the Fiery Fortress oil. All right, this is for protection for the people on the Clock app. This is for protection. All right, uncrossable boundaries, destroys negativity. Y'all want to pick that up. If you have not gone and gotten your spotlight oil, this is for focus and concentration and clarity. Y'all need to grab y'all spotlight oil. If you have not grabbed and gotten your illuminate oil, which attracts positivity and happiness, I don't know what is the problem. Raises vibrations. Y'all keep talking about stuff being low vibrational. Why haven't y'all gotten the things? Y'all keep talking about being low vibrational. If you have not gotten, the moonlight oil. Do y'all see the moonlight oil? The moonlight oil for dreaming, prophetic dreams, enhancing dreams, preventing nightmares. If y'all have not got wretched over there, y'all, and gotten the sunset oil. What? The sunset oil for purification, peacefulness, calming troubles, and dispelling negative energies. What are we doing? If we have not got the golden oil for wealth and abundance and prosperity and opening doors, I just don't know what we are doing. InnerLightSpa.com. If you're on the Clock app, go to the link in the bio. If you're on YT, then go to the bio. Go to the bio. Let me make sure it's in the bio on YT since I'm live. So you can pick it up. Okay? Because we ain't got no time to be playing games like this. All right, y'all. So let's go ahead and get started with the questions. Yes, it should be in the bio. The oils are everything, y'all. Go get them. Thank you. All right, so let's say, and also if you guys are wanting to catch the replay, then that means you need to go to the YT and subscribe because I'm live on there. Let me plug this up. Hold on, y'all. Okay, let's get started. Hey, Lady B, H3P. Hey, Kim. Hi, y'all. All right. Slay Shauna said, my dreams have been ridiculous lately. Should I be paying attention? Absolutely. You should have you a dream journal. And some moonlight oils to help you recall and remember those dreams. Take note. Ancestors, spirit teams, spirit guides, be sending messages through dreams, especially if you have heavy water placements in your chart, sun, moon, and rising. You want to get there. You want to tap in with them dreams. You want to get your dream journal, write down your dreams. If you don't want to journal, you want to use your notes on your phone, do that. Turn around and see, Slay Shauna is a Scorpio. That's what I'm talking about. You want to get the moonlight oil, sweetheart. Moonlight oil. Period. And the scent is unmatched. And y'all, for the oils, if you don't want them to have scent, you can put that in the box. When you purchase it, like, hey, no scent, please. I will take the scent out for you. But know that the herbs themselves have natural scents just connected to the herbs themselves. So just be mindful of that. How would you take, what do we say? How would you take it if a spiritualist denied something that you already confirmed multiple times? How would you take it if a spiritualist denied something that you already confirmed multiple times? So let me get clear with this. You are saying that if you your own self have confirmed it, right? Either through your own form of reading, or some people use the term divination, through your own form of divination, or in your own life. And then now a spiritualist is coming to you denying what you have already confirmed. Trust yourself. Trace, you like the yellow? Let me tell you something. Trust yourself. Period. Trust yourself. If you have confirmed it, that means that you know that it is true. If you have confirmed it yourself, that's all that matters. That's all that matters. And so when you say one person, and every time a spiritualist, just because they're a spiritualist doesn't mean that they're on the money. And also, too, sometimes the spirit allows for that one spiritualist to be incorrect as a way of telling you that you need to trust yourself, because this the fourth one. So you didn't believe it the first time we told you. You didn't believe it the second and third time we sent it through somebody else. You must want it to not be true. So let's go ahead and drop that. You have to build your own trust. Hey. Yeah, I'm calling you out. Lamar, you supposed to listen. You're not always going to have a spiritualist next to you or in arm's reach. The spiritualist cannot live your life for you. You have to live your life, and you have to develop your trust, or you will be in this life again. Still trying to learn the same lessons. So let's get it right. Let me slide over here. How can I learn about my ancestors or spiritual guides and connect with them if your family doesn't know anything about spirituality and you're trying to teach yourself? Okay, great question. What I will say is that, one, ancestor altars is a great way to connect. If you have a spiritual teacher that you trust, that can help you walk through that process, I would definitely connect with them. I have spiritual coaching sessions, and you could tap in with that. And we could go through that and give you some steps and some tools. But your ancestor altar, that's your first step, honestly. That's your first step, honestly. And I actually have a video on the Clock app, and I think I have it on the Tube of You as well. That is about how to set up your ancestor altar. Okay. But I would sit down, and because you're like, I don't know anything spiritually, I don't know none of that stuff spiritually, I would book a session. Go to my bio, honey, and book a coaching session with me, so we could go through and define these things and get clear about what's going on, Cottrell. Okay? That way you can feel more certain because you have some type of guidance. Come on, 47. That's my dad's number. You know, that you have some sort of guidance and aren't just out here willy-nillying it. Not willy-nilly. Okay? That's what I would say. Someone asked me, what is that I do? I'm a holistic and esoteric teacher, and I also am a psychic seer, clairvoyant, clairaudient, clairsentient, all of those things. That's what I do. Okay, Cottrell, you're going to book the session? Yeah, go ahead and book the session. That way we could get all of that together for you and help you develop a spiritual practice that is something that you feel comfortable with. Okay? Mia says, I can't remember any of my dreams, even when I just woke up. Really? Mia, do you have the moonlight oil? Mia, you better get the moonlight oil. You're trying to remember those dreams. Someone said the best thing to do is to buy a family tree and learn about your lineage. Yeah, well, there's some people who, like, you know, you could find out your lineage, but that does not necessarily denote your spiritual practice. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't always tell you what your people practice. So that's why you have to tap in spiritually so you can get that information. We have another question here. I truly believe I'm a spiritualist, but have never practiced. How do I get started? So spiritualist is a very broad term because it is someone, hey, indigenous way. It is a term that can cover a lot of grounds. Okay. It covers a lot of grounds, okay, because spiritualists can practice different things, right? Tend to be that when people use the term spiritualist, it just really means that they're not necessarily a part of any religion, so to speak. So that's one thing. That's one thing. And so when it comes to being a spiritualist, when I use the term spiritualist, that means that I am a teacher, a worker, a student, an operator in spirituality. All right. And I operate outside of a religion and outside of a church. Okay. So there's different levels and different things that come with that. And my path and my direction of teaching is esoterically, right? Meaning that I'm always pulling apart. I'm searching for the universal principles first. I'm not really interested in religious things, so to speak. I am always pulling out what is the higher message and how is all the things interconnected. So when you ask or when you say, like, I think I'm a spiritualist, but I'm not sure. If you are someone who chooses to learn, study, operate, and practice spirituality, then that is something that you are, right? And if you want to slap a title or a label on it, then you can do that as well, okay? But spirit means etymologically breath, as does breath mean spirit, okay? So the very essence of existence is spirit, right? And so I would begin with study. I would try to find a mentor of some sort. I would tap into even a spiritual coaching session. Like I say, I do spiritual coaching sessions. There's a lot of different other teachers that can give you some information, but this is the thing, y'all. The path of spirituality, the path of your own version and your own life and your own way is something that is very self-discovered. And people can lead you and give you examples, but it is self-discovered. Okay? It is self-discovered. So I would say that. And yeah, meditation is always something great. But even then, to just say start with meditation, people always don't know how to do that, or it can seem like a bigger tax than necessary. But you don't have to get any help. You can do your own research. You can go within yourself and meditate and tap into yourself and get that information. But sometimes people need or enjoy an instructor or a teacher. But I will say this from my personal belief. Every mentor needs a mentor. Every elder needs an elder. Period. Period. Every teacher needs a teacher. And while I'm on that subject matter of teachers, y'all, let me listen. Let me, or rather, listen to what it is that I'm getting ready to say. Leaders are not supposed to be above you. Leaders are not supposed to operate as if they are above you, better than you, greater than you. That is not what a leader or a mentor is supposed to be. And this is me. This is my perspective. If somebody else disagree with it, that's perfectly fine with me, but I said what I said. A leader is not supposed to operate in that way. As a leader, from my perspective, and this is how I move, I'm just in front of you. It is horizontal. I went first. I'm not above you. I'm not on top of your head. I'm not greater than you. I can tell you about it because I've already went through there. And therefore, I can lead you because that is a path that I am already walking. That's what that is. Not better than, not greater than, not condescending, not having to be stern in the sense of harsh. To me, that is very unnecessary. And any elder that I have does not operate in that way because they wouldn't be my elder. Next. Okay, let's see here. I've been having horrible headaches and little to no appetite. Also waking up between 3 and 5. Should I be worried spiritually? That's very interesting. Because one, I would check in the physical first. When's the last time you've been to the doctor? Do you keep up? Do you stay hydrated? Are you well, physically well? Because a lot of times the physical is what we're experiencing, and it's not necessarily an issue in the spiritual, because we will try to solve a thing in the spirit, y'all, and then we'll be fine for 3 or 4 days, and then it'll turn right back. And we're like, I thought I was past this. So I would ask you, what is going on with your diet, exercise, living, what? Before we start tapping into the spirit, because that's a lot of physical things going on. Okay? Let's tap in there, because if we try to immediately say it's the spirit, then we'd be like, oh, we're having psychosis. And you'll be like trying to fight off energies and spirits everywhere you go, and it don't even be that. So Mia, what is your diet? What is your living like? Hold on. I have a question here, y'all. And if you want to put me on your TV or whatever, you go over to YT and type in Darcell Andre, and you'll pull me up on your screen, and I could be there. Okay, and I can pull your question up on the screen. Pagan asks, hey Darcell, my question is, how can I banish or remove current blocks around me? It's messing with my finances and home. Okay. So, that being said, the first thing that we have, there's different levels to address this, right? We can address this in different ways. You can do yourself some type of road opening work, all right? To open doors to finances and things like that, or blockbuster work, all right? But typically when we are working with funds and finances and things like that and home, all that's foundation. So you really want to focus your energy on your root chakra, okay? There are root chakra affirmations, root chakra meditations, because the root chakra is all about your foundations, your stability, and your finances, okay? So I would start to do those affirmations daily. I would start to do those meditations daily. I would start there. Then what I would suggest you do is get this, one of my Fiery Fortress oil, and get my golden oil. Oop, that's not the right one. And get the golden oil, all right? Because if you get those, the Fiery Fortress goes ahead and creates a barrier of protection and banishes negative energy around your home, okay? So I want you to get that and get the golden oil because that's going to bring in that abundance and that prosperity and that wealth, okay? If you don't want to do that, then I would definitely suggest you to get some water. Here it is, y'all. Get some water. Get some vinegar. White vinegar. Get you some lemons or some lemon juice. Chop that up. All right. Put some in a regular big bowl and then put some in a mop bucket. All right. I want you to pray over it. Protection, getting rid of negativity, all of that over the water. And I want you to take the water and clean your doorways. Okay. Clean your doorways. Clean over your bed, clean the entryways to your house, and take the water that's in the mop bucket, and I want you to mop the floors with that same mixture, all right? Vinegar banishes negative energy. Lemons help to bring about positivity and clean energy, all right? And water is flow. Water is a very powerful conduit of energy, so you can do that as well. And you can take that and put a drop of this Fiery Fortress in there and a drop of this golden oil, and it's over with. Let me slide up over here. Hey, Cheverly. Hey. I was in your dream last night? Oh, you got to tell me about that. Mia said, got you on my TV and my phone. I love everything about you, Darcell. Thank you, Mia. Thank you so much. I love you too. Should I use the oil for my daughter and girlfriend as well? Absolutely. Absolutely. With the oils, you can put it over your honey. Listen. Golden oil, I live to put it over like contracts. You can put it at your door, around the perimeter of your house, on your credit cards, put it on your hands when you're to make a decision. I would encourage you to do that. A financial decision, or you're getting ready to go in here and sign something, whatever, anything you do having to do with money and funds, put this golden oil. Boom. Take it to your job, honey. Put a little dab in it. Oh, we finna get real magic-y here. Take some of your golden oil. You go to your job. Hear me, y'all. Go to your job. Put a little bit on your hand. Touch your boss's desk. If you want to shake your boss's hand, hey, how you doing? Go ahead and get them funds. Put on. Somebody said put on your boss's forehead. If you want to just slap it on their forehead. Tap it on their door handle. Ooh, I love this doorknob. The doorknob is everything. Just and get and then look at that, like, your work has been fabulous. Let's give you a raise. Okay, Fiery Fortress, same way. You don't want to, people don't care. I say don't necessarily rub the fiery fortress in because there's some peppers and things, but the people have been putting it on anyway. Okay, you do what you want, but you can use that, put it on your shoes for protection, on like your bags, your purse, your car, at your doors. So many different ways to use it. Put in a candle. You can use the oils to dress candles and everything. All right, so y'all want to get those oils. Let me look here. Yeah. All right. Let me look here. What about children? When can I introduce my children to spiritualism? I got bumped off earlier. Wi-Fi. You should use immediately. Immediately. You can start very easy with your kids doing affirmations before they leave. Yes, pagan, on the altar as well. Yeah, you can start then. And that helps to build up their mind, their self-confidence. It keeps them in good mental health as well. Yes. Start then. Start now, immediately. You ain't no like, you must wait until the child turns exactly 12 years. No, immediately. Did they wait to teach you Christianity? No, they didn't. They did not wait, honey. As soon as you slid out the womb, before you got to the womb, they was like, they was praying for you as soon as you got out the womb. As soon as you were born, they was throwing oil on you, okay? They didn't wait, so you don't have to wait. Listen, you do not have to wait. ASAP Rocky. That's when. As soon as possible. What are some ways to start my 1-year-old with spirituality? Yeah, meditation sounds while they sleep is something that is very easy, all right? And so that they are naturally attuned to certain frequencies and things when they're going to bed, that automatically gets their energy in that space. Affirmations and things like that, even if they can't say everything correctly, you can say it with them and get them started. And just overall mindfulness. One way that you can do, if you know the chakras, right? You could easily just touch, and when you're putting on their lotion on their bodies, on their backs and everything, and this is so we can stay grounded. This is for our creativity. This is for our confidence. I am confident. Aren't you confident? I am confident. You can start it just that way. You can start it that way. Very simple. Look, kid yoga. Yes. Thank you for everything, dear. You're awesome. Love you from Trinidad. Hey, Trinidad. Come, y'all, we in Trinidad. Yeah, just very simple. You ain't got to be like, the Orisha are the foundations of the... You don't have to start there. You don't have to start there. Fighting off negative energy. We don't have to start there. Hi, Queen Poe. Greetings. Hey, Queen. Hey, sister. This is my sister. Sister. Me and you will never part, Maki Dada. Kendra, really? Thank you. What's the best way to share my dream with you? IG DM. Yeah, DM me on IG. That'll be the best way. Mia said, I used to wake up with my mama standing over me with a bottle of oil and a greasy forehead. You see, they did not wait. They didn't wait till you got of age to start you into Christianity. Honey, you started immediately. So you do not have to wait. Hey, y'all. Me and you will never part, my key, da. How can you ground yourself in a struggle with racing thoughts? Yes. So this is a breathing exercise you can do to help balance your brain out. Very simple yoga breathing exercise. Take your index finger or your middle finger, whichever one. Index finger, middle finger. You're going to breathe in. Switch nostrils. and breathe out. Breathe in again through the side you just breathed out of. Switch nostrils and breathe out. Again. Switch, breathe out. Do that about 5 times and you're going to be good and calm. That is a very fast way. And boom, the spotlight oil. Oh yes, for focus and concentration. Very easy way, all right? Essential oil, sandalwood is excellent for that. Clear crystal quartz is great for that. Grounded red jasper is really great for that, okay? So that breathing exercise is really good for balancing the hemispheres of the brain and calming you down very quickly. Thank you, Elder Uncle. Not Elder Uncle. Good God Almighty, y'all. They done call me the Elder Uncle. Hey, Maja. Hey. I was taking my spiritual bath. Hey. I have a question, please. Should I request to join? No, you can just put it in the comments, my dear. Just put it in the comments. Hey, Kayleen. Hey, Honey Sunrise. Oh, come on with that name, Honey Sunrise. That sounds like a good old poet name. Honey Sunrise. Boom, look. Jack said, the spotlight oil is legit the truth. For me, it brought clarity and I was focused. Rebranded my whole business after my divination and told current business was a no-go. Come on, clarity. All right, y'all. Again, just ask a spiritualist. Ask your spiritual questions. And sometimes, especially on the Talk app, it moves really fast. B. Monica says, I'm a farmer and beekeeper. I started beekeeping program for women 3 years ago and have trained 27. Amazing. Do you have a podcast? I love listening to you speak, dear God. The people have been telling me about the podcast. Should I have a podcast? Would y'all listen? Would y'all listen to a podcast? I had someone tell me that anxiety and OCD were actually demons. What are your thoughts? Anxiety is real. Those are things having to deal with mental wellness. And if they're using the term demon, I can assume that was coming from a Christian lens. And there are ways in which you can take care of anxiety and treat it physically. That is perfectly normal and does not have to come from forth Satan. That's a trick bag. It's a lie. It's from their own lens. That is very distorted. Hello, love. I was adopted at birth and raised apostolic. Good God Almighty, y'all. How do I connect with my blood ancestors? Yes. So, ancestral altar. You don't have to know them exactly. You don't have to know the exact names of your ancestors in order to connect with your ancestors. Okay. There are ways like Ancestry. Was it 23andMe? There are a lot of different ways to find out exactly who, in your lineage. Okay. You can do that. However, I will say that, there are ancestors that you will never know. You have ancestors that go all the way back to the beginning of time. So sometimes we have a very recent perspective on ancestors. Okay, very recent. And we be sitting here like, thinking about the ancestors that was on the slave ship, and you have ancestors that are like from 80,000 years ago that watch out for you and that may never know you. So here they go. They want me to make a podcast. I have a video on my clock app right on my page about setting up an ancestor altar. Mia says, my mother is telling me that it's the end of times and I need to get right with God before the rapture. Any thoughts on that? You're already right with God. Get right with self. Period. All of that is fear mongering. And if it's the end of time, what you gonna do? Okay? But live right and be right. That is fear mongering from a Christian hell-bent lens. You are right, Mia. The rapture they were talking about in Revelation happened in 70 AD. So, girl, we all missed it. Okay. They would native. Okay. Wait. Ooh, you're going fast. How do I truly forgive? I'm actually going to do a video on forgiveness. I actually am doing a video on forgiveness to really walk through that. But there is no short, simple way to reach forgiveness, as it is a continued practice that is a part of your overall spiritual growth and development. But this is what I will say. You can begin with understanding clearly what forgiveness is and what forgiveness is not. Forgiveness is forgive, to give forth, right? When you forgive someone, whatever has been placed on you via their actions by way of feeling, sadness, upset, fear, whatever it is that they did that has taken you through all of these things, all of those things that you've been suffering with, you're going to give it forth, forgive it, give it forth back to them. You're going to give that forth. What you are saying when you say you forgive somebody is that you no longer have power over me. I own my emotions, I own my feelings. I'm giving that forth back to you. The ideologies, the thoughts that made me think that I was nothing, that I am upset, that I am that I'm not worthy, that I'm this, all that, I'm going to forgive you, honey. I'm going to give that forth back to you. That's what that's about. Because you will be walking around here sad, upset, in dismay, sad and upset and in dismay, while the people that you are upset with, who have harmed you, hurt you, or otherwise, are walking around clicking their heels 3 times, easing on down the road, not even thinking about you. Maya Angelou speaks about bitterness and says that bitterness does nothing to the person that caused it. Bitterness, however, acts like a cancer to your own self. So that's what forgiveness is. That's what it really is, okay? And so when you start to get clear about that, you start to separate your attachment to what it is that they did and how you have related all of that to your identity. For instance, when you tell your story and you tell about your experience, are you telling your story in a way that is going to make the people feel sorry for you, in a way that makes you feel as if you have learned nothing, in a way that makes you feel still trapped to those circumstances? Are you telling your story in that way? For instance, I could very well say that when I was younger, when I was, my father died at 19 years old, when I was 19 years old, and left me here not even having the opportunity to see me graduate college, not having the opportunity to see me mature into who I am today. And I was placed in an environment with individuals who made me be in survival mode because they all lost my trust. And I had to do all the work myself, and nobody helped me. And I had to struggle and fight hard to get where I am today. And even now, I still struggle with certain thoughts of you see how negative that lens is? That's a very negative perspective on the story. Versus saying, at the age of 19, my father transitioned because there was more work and more help he could give me in the spirit than he could in his ailing flesh. And because I know the truth of the spirit, I know that if my father was supposed to be here longer, he would have. If there was something that I needed to learn from my father that I didn't get the opportunity, I would have learned it before he left, which means that my father's job was finished, that he taught me everything that he was supposed to teach me. And my father had prepared me for his transition, so much so that when it came time for me to step up to the plate, I was able to do so. And in that time, the truth behind a lot of the people I associated with was revealed. So in the next time, I know how to deal with it better. I learned so much more than I lost. Did I discount myself? No. Did I invalidate any of my experiences? No, I didn't. Did I pull the lesson and the purpose and the power from it? Yes, I did. And if I tell my story from that lens, I don't invoke feelings of anger and rage and upset and sadness and depression and this and that and tears. I don't leave with question marks. I leave with exclamation points. Come on, somebody. I leave with exclamation points because there was more power than pain. I don't leave with question marks. Forgive by rewriting your story. Tell your story different. Rewrite your story and tell everybody your rewritten story. And say it over and over and over and over and over again until you believe it. That's how you forgive. You know you have forgiven when you no longer need them to do anything. When you no longer need them to come apologize. You no longer need them to come and and confess. You don't need that anymore. You don't need that anymore. That's how you know. Next question. I hope that helped you, dear. And if you need some spiritual help, slide over and get some of this sunset oil for peace and peacefulness, honey, and calming troubles. Okay. Hope that helped you, podcast, please. Okay. I saw that. I will repurpose my live audio. Yes, I will. Thank you, Cheverly. Help me a lot. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Chica, I'm not doing any readings, but I will say your question of, is this my season for detachment? Queen Poe actually just did a video today on the law of detachment, I believe. Go to Queen Poe's YouTube and watch that. But if you feel as though this is that, then absolutely it is that. Trust what you feel. Trust what you know. Trust that. Her name is the Queen Poe. The Queen Poe, P-O, on YT, on YouTube. My grandfather passed away when my mama was a little girl. How can I connect with him without a picture? Do you have anything that so let's just start here. Boom. Your ancestral altar, you don't need a picture. If you don't have one, you don't need one. Okay? If you want to, you can literally, honey, let me tell you how simple it could be. You could get you a piece of paper, honey, and write out family. Write out grandpa with his name, birthday, when he was born, when he transitioned. You could put that on a sheet of paper and put that up on a table with a plant, with some water, okay, with some ancestral cards or some any type of oracle cards, and sit down with him, honey. You can have a candle there if you like to, and you could ask questions and pull cards so you can develop that connection. You can meditate there with him. Very simple. The spirit is spirit, period. He's not gonna be like, you ain't got a picture. I was gonna come there, but I don't see my picture here, so I'm not coming. The ancestors know what you got going on and what you don't. Mia says, I do not understand at all my place with God or the certain relationship I'm supposed to have with God. So we have to be careful, Mia, when we say supposed to have, because that means we're always looking for a standard, for a rubric, for, a religion to tell us what is what relationship am I supposed to have? How is it supposed to look? The reality is that we must free God out of the box of a title, of a religion. We have to take God out of a structure and understand that God is absolutely everything that exists ever, period. God is in everything. And God is within you, right? So your relationship with all things is the relationship with God. How you relate to your body is your relationship with God. How you relate to other people, how you treat other people. Do you treat other people well? That's how you relate to God. That's your relationship. And you could take that further. Meditate. If you want to do prayer, you can pray and ask God to show up in the way that you best understand it. It is not difficult. It is not complicated. You don't have to pray to a certain direction at a certain time, honey. You don't have to wear certain clothes or do certain things. It is how you be. It's how you be. Okay? Your place with God, God is everywhere I am, God is. Put that in the comments, y'all. Everywhere I am, God is. Baby, the dogs is going off outside. Everywhere I am, God is. That's powerful. That's powerful. Everywhere I am, God is. That's the post. That is the post. Do I have any moderators on my clock app? Thanks so much. My family is Bible thumping church people, so they make it seem like I'm going to hell for not being this certain person. Yeah. It is a part of their delusion, honey. It is what religion does to you, especially religion that is centered around control. Okay. All right. I want y'all to be mindful. Mindful, mindful, mindful. Um Someone put in the comments everywhere I right where I am or everywhere I am Satan is. So please go ahead and get that person up out of here. Thank you. Yeah, so don't allow that to understand one where your family is and in what they believe and that their vision is limited, all right? But God has called you and created you to think more, think bigger, and truly see God for what God is. Thank y'all, mods. Love you. Okay. Thank y'all. What else we got here? I played a few of your vids to my family and we had some very open discussions, which was amazing. Really? I love that. Book recommendation by Black authors. Anything Iyanla Vanzant, period. Anything. Anything she got, buy it. Stat. I'll definitely contact some spiritual coaching. Absolutely. And while we're here, I interrupt this program to talk about my Inner Light oils. Listen, I got the Fiery Fortress oil. Okay, let me tell you about this. This Fiery Fortress oil, honey. The Fiery Fortress oil is for protection. Protection. Creating an uncrossable boundary, okay? Repelling enemies. This golden oil, honey, is for road opening, okay? Opening the doors of bringing abundance and affluence, period. You need to get it. Oh, does it hit? It definitely hits. We got a spotlight oil, honey, which is for concentration and focus. Concentration and focus. So you want to get the spotlight oil for all of my dreamers. Dream on, dream on. All my dreamers, go ahead and get your moonlight oil. Yes, get your moonlight oil. Absolutely. Prophetic dreams enhances dreams, prevents nightmares. Let's go. We got the candlelight. Oh, now the candlelight, listen. This here is a good for attracting love, for self-love as well. The heart chakra, okay? Activating intimacy within relationships. Honey, if you and your partner is like, listen, we need to spice it up. If you leave out the candlelight, you can put it on your hands, honey. You could dress a candle with it. You have your cute little candle. Hold on, let me just drop it. Trip, 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 trip. Put in your candle. You can put it in your space. Anywhere, 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 anywhere. You better get you one of these oils. What is that? A chicken salad. Okay, let me get back to the questions. Got you, Jax. Got you. Thank you, Key. I'm definitely joining the Patreon. You have been helping me out so much. I'm 18 with only one spiritual brother, so I am lost. You are finding your way. Not I'm lost. You're finding your way. And I will be honored to help you find your way. Honored. Mm-hmm. Let me see. Everywhere I am, God is. Right where I am, God is, y'all. At this very moment. Now, let me get a bucket. Lamar. Is it normal for spiritual gifts to go dormant for a while? Perhaps, perhaps. You know, everyone has their different practices that kind of rejuvenate and keep them refreshed. You know, I view my spiritual gifts as a muscle, you know, and you want to keep working on it. You got to keep that thing functioning. The old folks say, what you don't use, you'll lose. And not, if not completely pulled away from you, the proficiency that you have with it can be significantly lost. And if you are given a spiritual gift, which we all are, or a spiritual ability, if you have a spiritual ability, all right? I don't necessarily like using the term spiritual gifts. I'm going to say if you have a spiritual ability. The reason why is because saying I have a spiritual ability or I have spiritual abilities is an affirmation in itself. When you use the term spiritual gifts, it sounds like something that's given to you that can be taken away. And so you operate in a space of uncertainty, like, do I have it today? Did God take it away from me today? So you have spiritual abilities, right? Now, if you, as we all are given spiritual abilities, to do something with it, if you have something, you should do something with it. You shouldn't just leave it unused, because if it is unused, then you might as well not have it. Someone says, how do I take the high road and not bury somebody in the graveyard who keeps messing with me? Please, please don't. Not buried him in the graveyard. One, I would say this. I would evaluate the situation. I will evaluate the situation because is it that serious? With whatsoever you do, whatever physical working you do, whatever spiritual working you do, will it be well with your soul after you have done it? That's the question. Will you truly be at peace? Or are you looking at this, because as soon as you get unmad, will you be at peace? You probably won't be. Are there other ways to disconnect from someone? Yes. Is this person causing you harm or trying to physically hurt you? Then that's something different. That's something different. But I would just say, try everything you can in the physical before we slap and slide and electric slide ourselves over to the spiritual. Okay? Okay, y'all. I'm going to be doing Ask a Spiritualist for another 30 minutes. I am now closing and getting off of the Talk app, and I'm going to be on my Tube of You. All right? So I want y'all to come over to the Tube of You in 10, 9, 8. All you have to do is go to YouTube and type in Darcell Andre. 7, 6. Because when you get over there, you can subscribe. And if you comment, I can put your comment up on the screen. 5, 4. Come on over to my YouTube. Come on over to the YouTube. I don't care about them suppressing me because they've already started doing that to black creators like myself. So come over to my YouTube. Come on over to Darcell Andre on YouTube where I'm live. Come on. Step into the bad side. Ooh, 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 gonna take a mean ride. Ooh. All right, y'all. Peace, y'all, on the Clock app. Come over to my YouTube. Bye. All right, y'all. And now we're here. Now we're here. Yeah, they've already started suppressing me on the Clock app. So, hey, I'm here. I am here to stay. You are not alone. Hey, Tangy. First thing we need to do, everybody need to hit the like. Please hit the like, 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 hit the like. Please hit the like button and share this. All right. Jack said, I choked on my vape pen. Vape smoke. Whoever asked, I almost put my... That one took you out. Okay. How can you heal and forgive after sexual assault? Dear God. So this is a very, very sensitive subject matter. I will always start by saying that therapy, because assault really affects the mind, because it's where that trauma energy and those trauma thoughts are stored. So therapy. So we can unpack those thoughts and unpack those feelings and unpack that for you so you could redirect and reframe your mind as it pertains to that event. Because as we know, there's a lot of guilt, okay, and a lot of fear and a lot of blame that comes connected with those experiences. So therapy. You know, I'm not going to give you any spiritual working to do. What you can do if you want to have a spiritual approach to this, the sacral chakra, work with that sacral chakra, meditations, affirmations, everything with the sacral chakra, all right? Because that has to do with our intimacy. It has to do with our inner child. It has to do with our creativity. That's where all of our sexual organs and things are in that space. So sacral chakra is where you would want to focus that energy on spiritually. But I'm not even going to suggest, I'm going to tell you, you have to go to therapy to discuss these things, to unpack the mind, okay? Have to do that. How do I break free from an excessive caregiving mentality? Well, one, you have to understand that you have low self-worth, okay? You have low self-worth, and let me explain what I mean by that. When we have low self-worth, we overgive, we overcommit, and we overexcuse. And I think that's what it is you're saying that you do. You overgive yourself, you overcommit, and you over-excuse negative behavior, okay? Because you're so caught up in taking care of everybody. How can I care for them? How could I, hey, Chastity, thank you for making it over here. How can I, how can I help? How can I do this, right? And so when we have worth has to do with what we expect to get from other people, all right? That's what self-worth, is what you expect to get from other people. If I'm trying to determine how much this pen is worth, this may be of great sentimental value to me, but the world is not going to pay more than a quarter for this, if that. Okay? The world is not going to pay more than a quarter for this. So this is what I expect to get from other people, all right? So self-worth. So you have to start the process of putting yourself first. And what that means is literally, one, daily spiritual practice for the first 10 minutes. It belongs to you for the first 15 minutes. It belongs to you. It don't belong to the cell phone. It don't belong to Facebook. It belongs to solar plexus chakra affirmations. It belongs to sacral chakra affirmations. It belongs to heart chakra affirmations for you. And you need to teach yourself that you matter and rewire your brain and your thinking that tells you that someone, something, everybody else other than you deserves all your attention. Gotta rewire that thinking. Okay, you want to start there. Start there. There is also you could do a 30 days of no. Which is a practice of saying no to every request. Everything anybody says and asks for you to do, no, I cannot do that. No, I cannot do that. Now, with your children, okay, if your children need food, you say, you can't say, no, I'm not going to cook. Okay, you can't say that, okay? And you can let your people know, hey, I'm going on this no challenge, all right? And so whatever you ask me, I'm going to be saying no. I'm going to have to say no. Don't take it personal. And if they cannot understand that, then the spirit is going to slowly reveal to you the people who don't need to be in your circle. Okay? Next. Thoughts about succubus and incubus demons. I think I might have had one, but got rid of it. Oh, good God. Terrence, that's very interesting. I don't really get into the demonology thing. Because that just has such a strong Christian perspective. And I think that energy is energy and negative energy is negative energy. So if you've had some negative energy that's been pulling on your energy and draining and taking away from you, all right, you definitely have to clear that out. And that is something that is real and that is something that exists. Energy that pulls at you and pulls you down. That is something that is very real. All right. So I would suggest you keep your energy protected. You got some fiery fortress oil that you can get. All right. I suggest you to there's curse breaking and negative energy breaking baths and spiritual baths you can do. But I definitely think those energies exist. But if you've gotten rid of it, good job. Okay, now keep it off of you by making sure your energy field is constantly clean. Okay? What are your thoughts on gentle parenting with a tween girl? I am by no means a gentle parenting expert. What I will say is I think gentle parenting is something that is a very excellent approach. I think that one thing that I have noticed as it pertains to gentle parenting is this. The parents themselves have not built up enough patience within themselves to maintain a consistent style of gentle parenting. Okay? I want to start off and say that. So you really need to make sure that you are being consistent. All right. That gentle parenting does not equate to a lack of correction, right? It doesn't equate to a lack of punishment, if you will, if we want to use that term. But what it does is it's like, okay, I'm going to explain to you why the things that you did was not it. I'm not just going to scream at you and hit you and throw you in a corner and say, you should have listened to me. That's it. Nothing else. Because you're going to exercise your patience and you are going to explain and then issue out what the punishment is. And you have to hold to that. And you cannot be shaken or stirred by it. Now, to Mrs. Doe Point, she says, the children be trying your whole life. Yes, they do. They will try your whole life. They will try that. Now, also, with that being said, it's difficult to start start gentle parenting at that age. Okay, but I'm not. I'm back. Sorry, y'all. Something went astray for a second, but I'm back. I'm back. Boom. Yes, gentle parenting does not equal to lack of discipline. Okay. I will say that it is very difficult at this age to try to switch that gear. But if you're gonna switch a gear, you need to switch it. Period. My baby is a trip 10 times 10, and my stress level at first, as a first responder, is gone. Good God. But let's be honest here. Mr. Doe said the spirit says spare not the rod. Girl. Let's be honest here. Some of y'all gonna be pissed. Some of y'all gonna be pissed at me. And I don't care if you want to come out the bag on me or what. But where did us or we as a culture learn that hitting our children or hitting people was a form of getting them in line? Where did we learn that? Okay. So if we know that we learned that from the colonizers and we learned that from slavery, do we act like we don't know that? You know what I'm saying? That's my only thing. That's my only thing. And now, us as adults who were whooped as a child, we laugh about it. Some people say that their parents, stripped them naked and made them get in the bathtub and then whooped them in the bathtub.
I beg your pardon. I beg your pardon.
I know this was Big Mama and them, but that was dead ass wrong. Period. Period. That was dead ass wrong, y'all. That was abusive. Period. Regardless if they thought they were saving our lives, there are people who threaten you with hell and your soul being burnt up, and then say that it's them trying to save you and save your life. It's not right. It's not right. It's not right. And then they will use the scripture. They will use the scripture to justify why they did that. How did the ancestors listen? How did the ancestors discipline before slavery? That I do not know. But what I do know is that culturally, though, respect. You see, the ancestors talk to their children. Wisdom was something that was cherished amongst the cultures. Wisdom. Wisdoms. You would sit in circles. You would stop everything that you're doing and listen to the griots. Wisdom was something that was valued. Lessons were taught. The children were taught. Okay? I can't tell you what the ancestor did or didn't do. But while I eat my rice, but what I will say is I should not have to beat you to show you that I love you. What? You know, and hey, everybody does what they do, but I just have to think, I'm just like, let's just look at this because we don't think it is right. We know that it is wrong in domestic violence situations where it's like you're not listening to you and then the partner hits you in your mouth for talking back. Is it okay to do it to the children because your children came from you? That sounds like a power issue. That's all I'm saying, you know. That's my only thing. Now, I was popped in the mouth. Let me tell you something. I love my mother to death. Okay. My mother has slapped me on the mouth and I was like, ooh. So I just think that we just should be conscious of it. I'm not saying you wrong. I'm not saying you're abusing your children. I'm not saying that. All I am saying is let's be mindful. If there were other approaches, or did you just do that out of a fit of rage when you found out? So were you raging when you picked up that extension cord or that piece of leather and you see your child crying in the corner, scared of you, as you bring down the belt on their back and butt and legs and hands over and over again as you curse and yell at them? We just got to be mindful, y'all. That's all. We got to be mindful. And us now, we be laughing. People be laughing, telling stories about how their parents made them get in the bathtub and then they whooped them so it would hurt more.
I beg your pardon. I beg your pardon.
Honey, this is great. I was told to always think whether or not you are teaching or reacting. This is true. I mean, drop your pants. And then you want to whoop their skin. You don't want them. Nah, they're going to get it. You're going to get this whooping. I mean, when you hear that back, it's kind of like, And this is a good point, y'all. The verbal abuse. Yes. The verbal abuse. The verbal abuse. The verbal. Good God. The verbal abuse. I have heard some parents say some things to their children that I just How do you expect a child to recover from that? You are teaching your child to love an abuser. You cuss them out and call them all these crazy names their whole life. And so when their partner calls them that, why should they think differently? That's all I'm saying. Look, Tracy says, I am still trying to undo the things I was told within my mind. Absolutely. You have created an environment, and oftentimes from having taught kids who their parents so from the I'll say this from the classroom perspective, y'all. From the classroom perspective, I saw a lot of kids who were thrown away because the educator was only looking at their behavior, which is a result, and not why they were doing what they were doing, which is a cause. The result is symptoms. The cause is the illness. And when you actually sit down and you ask the child and you get down to the root of the cause is correctable. And most of the time, parent, the cause has to do with stuff that you are not catching. And your child doesn't want you to don't want to make you upset. Your child, for some reason, feels though they cannot trust you with that information, or that you will not hold space for them. And so this is why I say, be mindful. If you know you got anger issues, as soon as you find out about it, you don't have to go and address your child. You could tell them, you could send them to their room and think and sit and focus and calm yourself down, because you're passionate about your kid, because you love your kid and you want the best for your kid. But you know you got anger issues. So you need to stop and hold down, hold up. Send them to their room. Tell them cut the game off, cut all of that stuff off. Be in there. That's it. Until I call you out. That's it. Let's look at this. What we saying in the comments? They make me more mindful with my kids. Yes. Just imagine having the first person call you out your name as your own mother. This is what I'm saying, y'all. You don't think that has any type of damaging effects? I was verbally and physically abused by my mother. Therapy for 8 years. I'm so sorry to hear that. My mom talked to us more than physical punishment. I would rather have the physical punishment than her sitting down expressing how my actions made her feel. Right, that was perhaps more effective. You're like, I'm sorry, Mom. What is crazy is that my dad isn't one to ever apologize, but I do realize that there was a reason he never whooped me again. He always tried to talk after that. Yeah. Go, Dad. My father threw me into a dresser at age 4. And I still can't get that image and feeling out of my head. This is what I be talking about. This is what I be talking about. Anger. I'm so sorry that happened to you, Mia. But I'm very, very happy that you have the courage to talk about it. Tracy says, I was a biller at a behavioral health facility, and the things I would read in those charts were heartbreaking, and it made me understand why kids bully others at school. Absolutely. They're getting bullied at home. So of course they get to the school and try to pick on somebody, because that is the first time they can take, and the only way they know how to take the hurt off of them and put it somewhere else. They haven't been taught to do anything else. What hurt me was when I went to spank them, I lifted my hand and they cringed. Changed my life. Right. Thank you so much, guys. That means so much to me. Of course, Mia. Conversation. Yes. People need but don't want to acknowledge it. Hurt people hurt people. Yes, they do. They have to heal there before they care, acknowledge our pain. Absolutely. Yes. My mother put the fear in me with a stern, sharp tongue. Let me tell you something. Yeah, we love you. We love you, Mia. I remember when I was little, my mother used to reject my affection. I tried to express to her. She wouldn't even let me hug her. Good God. Dear God. And now, but you see, that is from her own pain. Her own pain. That's from her own pain. Trauma. Kim, you were thrown across the room by your father. Listen, y'all, this is what I be talking about. Thrown. And not everybody responds the same. Some people become fighters. Some people just take abuse. I pray for healing and restoration from the stinging wounds of pain inflicted by others who lack discipline and empathy for themselves. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm in agreement with that, Mrs. Doe. I was 9. My mom was like that when I was little, too. It wasn't until I got older that she started to tell me about her experiences with sexual assault throughout her life. Right. Because the parents listen, we be freeing our parents. Do you hear me? We free our parents. But when we get to a certain age, we realize that our parents are people. And they stop being gods to us. You know, we get clear about that. Well, I was trying to protect my mother. Now we love on each other like it's nobody's business. We fought like hell to get here, though. Well, that makes me happy to hear. That makes me happy to hear. Some parents don't respond the same with their own kids. There's a difference between mothers versus fathers. And my mother was a victim of domestic violence even within her 3 marriages. Absolutely. Absolutely. Both can be. Listen, this is what I be talking about. But I can guarantee you that your mother experienced violence when she was a child. So y'all feeling dim after this confession session? Apparently we need to release this as well. Listen, right. I may have to. Now we supposed to have class, but I'm like, we may need to have another dim session. They start looking selfish to me. Look, y'all like, yep. Yeah, because this pain, that type of stuff, that be the thing, y'all. They start looking selfish. Yeah. I'll see what I can do. We may do it. We may come back and do dim tonight after class. So we can release some of this energy. Because it's wild, y'all. Look at this. My father yanked me. My father yanked me out of my head. Wait, yanked me out of my bed and threw me across the room when I was 18 years old because I came home late after work. 20 minutes later, he left for church. Body post, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Dim. Dim is a dim stands for deconstruct, interconnect, and meditate. And it's a session that we do on live. You know, it's low light, it's ASMR, it's affirmations, it's releasing. We had a very powerful one last night. It's on the YT. We all did. Yes, you all deserve better. Yes, you did. It's a cycle we have to break intentionally in love and communication. Yes. Because a lot of times, y'all, a lot of times our parents do what it is that they were taught to do. And if that don't excuse it, that don't mean it's right or anything. But I guarantee you, if you were to ask your parents some of the disciplinary actions, classes are, yes, on Patreon. Yes, they are. The disciplinary actions that they dealt with from their parents, it was horrible. My mother was not abusive to me. My father was not abusive to me. But I remember my mom telling me that my great grandmother whooped my grandmother with a butcher knife. Excuse me? What? Child, they would hit the child upside the head with skillets and all types of stuff. Skillets and all types of stuff, y'all. But this is what I want you to do. I have to start. I have to get ready. We have class at 7 on Patreon. The link is in the bio for the Patreon. All right. You want to go ahead and do that. And be a part of the Patreon for the class. We are wrapping up our emotions unit. So you want to get there. Slavery is so deep rooted in us, most don't even realize it. Right. But listen, y'all. You have to reveal it to heal it. You cannot heal an issue that you don't know is there. But just you all being here, being a part of this, being so courageous to share your stories, being so open and honest, gratitude. You are freeing yourself. You are freeing yourself by simply doing that. All right? You are freeing yourself. I strive to always make these spaces a safe space for us to come forth and tell uncomfortable truths. We had a lot of that happen yesterday. Come forth and tell uncomfortable truths. Yes, they are available for replay when you're a Patreon member. Yes, they're always accessible. Okay. All right, y'all. But I'm going to go ahead and get off of here. Got some preparation to do, some readings that I have to email out. I do offer text message readings. You know, if you want to book a session, you can book that session. If you want to get any of the oils that I spoke of today, go right to the link in the bio and purchase and get your things. Okay? I love each and every one of y'all. Make sure y'all hit the like. Make sure you subscribe. All right? I will see everybody. If you're in the Patreon, I'll see you tonight for class. If you're in the Patreon, I'll see you tonight for class. Okay. And make sure y'all hit the bell notification, y'all. Hit that bell notification. Peace. 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 Let's put the light bulbs in the comments. We come in with light. We go out with light. Where are the light bulbs at? Where the light bulbs at? Thank you. Where the light bulbs at? I don't see no light bulb yet. Period. Thank you. I plan to be back on live. I may come on back tonight, but I do plan on being on live tomorrow. Okay? But cut, if you click that bell notification, y'all, you'll know. All right, y'all. Love you. Go forth and conquer. Return to yourself and your community of harvest. Peace.